We're back out in the garden for a lesson from tomatoes today on Motivation Monday. Yesterday at Bridgewood, one of the scriptures that we studied was John 15, verses 1 through 5. There, Jesus is talking about how he is the true vine and his Father God is the vine dresser. And every branch, each one of us, is connected to the true vine. And those branches, if they don't produce, will be cut off. But the ones that do produce fruit will be pruned so that they produce even more fruit or better fruit. So, of course, my mind goes to what we have going on here in the garden. We do have this amazing season of growth going on. I've never been good at growing tomatoes, but I made a purposed effort this year to learn. And so we've started tomatoes, these ones right behind me, from seed. I've never done that before. And it's been amazing to watch, and there's amazing lessons to be learned from God's creation that we can apply to ourselves. I was curious, do you know how a tomato matures from a green fruit into a red fruit? In fact, I've got this one right here. It's actually one that my mom bought for my younger daughter so they could have fried green tomatoes, but it's a great lesson here. You'll see that this one is really green. About 36 hours ago when they bought it, it was solid green, but now we got some red showing up down here, got some red showing up through the fruit, and it's changing. So what's causing that, even though the fruit's been off the vine for quite some time? Well, there's ethylene gas that's produced in this tomato, and that ethylene gas, what it does in that maturing fruit is it stops the production of chlorophyll, which would give the tomato its green color, and it increases the production of carotenoids, which make that orange-red color that we're used to in tomatoes. It also softens the fruit. So you know that tomatoes, even off a vine, continue ripening, continue maturing, even sometimes, going bad if you don't eat them quick enough, or turning red if you want them to stay green. But what we take away from that, what I take away from that at least, is how amazing is God's creation. One other note right here on the bottom. Notice how it's turning red. It's ripening first from the bottom up. I've always kind of looked at tomatoes from the top and thought, well, this needs to be mature up here. Not always. Again, another lesson. So let's apply them to ourselves. As amazing as this tomato is, you, as a child of God, are even more amazing. John 15 applies to us, those who are producing fruit. God is going to prune us because he wants us to produce the best fruit and the most abundant fruit. It might be a somewhat painful process, but it's all for the good of the kingdom and producing fruit that is amazing. And you have that capability to do amazing things here on earth for the kingdom. We also take away the application of, we have to be careful about measuring maturing and measuring results. If we're just looking right here on the surface, there may be more going on underneath than what we think is really going on. So there's a lot to take into consideration as we're growing, as we're maturing, and we're producing. I know that you've had a lot more thoughts from this too, and I hope that it's stimulated you to think about how amazing is our God, who causes production and growth and so many good things in our lives. And we're thankful for his blessings, and we're thankful for our amazing Creator and the lessons that he gives us from a tomato that we can apply to ourselves too. God bless you this week as you grow and produce good fruit.